Are you sick of just opening cases? Join the events! At each event, you can find special cases from which tokens fall. Tokens are your ticket into a world of unique awards. For tokens, you can buy a skin, premium, or special balance. Try your luck in the skin generator. Also, you can leave your tokens at the token vault. And the more tokens you keep, the better skin you'll get. Add variety to opening cases with Hellcase.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom! Instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.
Well, on the face of it, 13-8 actually doesn't look too bad for Permitta. But as you know, as in like for GUN5 rather, it was like, yeah, so like 13-8, you're like, okay, grand. GUN5, they put up a decent fight. That was not the case. It was 12-2, and then it just like Permitta kind of threw it away a little bit. GUN5 won 6 rounds in a row, and for me, it's just like that makes something look a lot better than it actually was. So now as we go on to Ancient, it's Permitta's map pick, and I think they've got this veto in the bag. Like they destroyed GUN5 on Nuke previously. Now they've changed it up and gone to Ancient. Worst comes to us, it's Mirage as a decider, which is actually a map pick that Permitta sometimes lean into. For them, I think this is such like a clear indicator of a 2-0, and worst comes to worst, they've got Mirage as a decider.
Counterpoint, GUN5 beat Game Legion on Ancients, and Game Legion are Ancients enjoyers, right? So,
what was their most recent score, though, against Sinners?
It was 13-4. So sure, that is a result we have to take into consideration, but it's not unfathomable for GUN5 to put up a good performance here on Ancients and pick up the victory. They did look better in the second half of Dust 2 as well, so if that's a sign of them starting to pitch up in the series, they could carry that form through into Ancients.
Yeah, there was definitely this kind of like theme of they just sort of just playing for fun or whatever. Like they had 3 AWPs out at one stage, at many stages actually. As we get into this game, I do want to say the one player that I think kept on putting them over the line was Finnegan. He was maybe the one player we highlighted going into this game, and he just had a great performance while being on GUN5. Like he is just phenomenal.
You heard it here first.
Like, I wouldn't even be surprised if they do try get him. Like,
Feels
he's
like
just
they can't get anybody at the moment, at least based on the rumors that are going around.
Yeah, well, there was the rumor of, like, your man from Nine Pandas was offered less to join. Yeah, it was offered less to join.
But that's from Harumi, so, you know, take that with a table full of salt.
Yeah, I've heard of players doing stuff to troll him, and he just instantly tweets it, and it's just like, well, that's just not true.
You know, his credibility is in the gutters, man, and any tweet that's wrong gets deleted, so we shouldn't even be mentioning his name on broadcast, honestly.
No, he's actually fraud watch. Like, he
not
just needs
fraud
to...
watch.
He's fraud time. Yeah, he needs to get out.
Alright, well...
GUN5, they kind of are on fraud watch a little bit, but Easy, you know what, that's a great start. He's really struggled these last few days when I've been watching him, but that's a phenomenal double, which is also the bomb being dropped in cave. So sure, everybody's dying around Easy, but he actually still has the bomb in his grasp. Celta can't get away, so now it's all up to the young AWP.
Yeah, he really had a tough time on Dust 2, and he's going to have to start off Ancients in some fantastic fashion. And you know what? I love the move that he's making right now. Wrapping around through Jaguar into Cave, completely leaves the bomb behind. And Beanox has now figured out what's going on. Mask will pick up the C4, and now it's going to be a race to the A bomb site. Easy can't catch them as they depart the scene. It's still going to be pretty close here. I think that, oh, he doesn't keep going the whole way through. He's thinking that maybe they've hung back around at the B bomb site, but now you've got a situation where Beanox and Mask are completely disconnected. Not a massive fan of the way that they played this one, but they have got the bomb down.
Yeah, I guess they just have the confidence that Mars can get over towards that A bomb site, plant the bomb, and Easy will not be there. So Beanox holding for if Easy comes back out of cave, and now they have confirmation of where he is to the tap of the bomb. But the operative word is to tap. There is a kit actually. Easy, that's a 5-second defuse. So time he can maybe try and whittle it down, but that's not going to be the case. And Easy, even though he gets a double opener towards cave and drops the bomb, he ends up losing the round completely in a 1 versus 2, and I really liked his play haste where he leaves the bomb and goes around and wraps towards the site, but Beanox catches them off guard and identifies them at possibly the worst time.
Okay, well, it is quite rough for GUN5 that they lose the pistol, considering how things had started off there for them. As you say, Beanox spotting out Easy was a really big piece of information there for Permitta to then get across the line and towards that A-bomb site. Now it's a full eco for GUN5 as well.
Indubitably.
I mean, Counter-Strike is such a wacky, wild, wonderful game, right? I mean,
That's why we
like
love it.
GUN5 winning out yesterday against VP Prodigy and then against Furia a bit later on to claim themselves as the champions in Series 4 to then potentially lose their opening Swiss stage game. However, looks like the eco's got some venom to it, but only for a brief moment until Beanox and Mari have their say. Mask gets a double as well, and Permitta recover nicely, but that was close.
Yeah, the antidote gets brought out. Permitta, it's overall fine. They only lose 2 players. They save rifles on all the 3 remaining individuals. And GUN5, the first round, their first purchase into this game. They didn't really show anything to be marvelled at on Dust 2 early doors, and well, it was a 10-2 half for Permitta. Will GUN5 have any rebuke to them whatsoever?
That is a question.
Ooh, I like this. This is a little bit different. Look at... Is that Finnegan in the smoke? Yeah. So, he's completely slipped the net. However, Mars might actually kill his teammate before... Everyone's dying. Finnegan's still in the smoke. They've all walked past him. Everybody is dying on his team, but Finnegan gets a triple. And then Easy is able to come out from jungle. And Finnegan, what a nasty play.
Would have been fantastic to see that from Finnegan's perspective, honestly. I mean, I have no idea what was on his screen. Everybody looking in the opposite direction. That is crazy coming through from Finnegan. He plays it perfectly, taking refuge in the smoke, lines them up and knocks them all down. He's playing 10-pin bowling, but with humans, man. And there we go. GUN5 are on the board as early as their first gun round.
Yeah, I mean, what a fantastic play. What a insane fantastic play by Finnegan there. Shame we didn't catch any of it, but it looks cool. And
Look cool
yeah,
on the
high
kill feed.
risk. Yeah, it looks really cool in the kill feed. High risk, high reward. That's the first round of the board for GUN5. And even though, yeah, sure, I think it was like Exilio and Donut dies, and Easy almost actually died in jungle if he didn't, in the cubby, jungle, whatever you want to call it. If he didn't have a smoke, he probably would have died. But Finnegan strikes at the perfect time, and that's a massive play for him to be pulling out. And it's always him. Every time we speak highly of GUN5, Finnegan's in the conversation. And once again, he just shows us kind of why.
like I said at the pregame, he's one of the strongest in-game fraggers that we have at the CCT level, right? If you don't include, like, the best teams out of the invited teams in the playoffs, Finnegan is right up there, honestly, with this GUN5 team. And I really hope we see them stick together with these 5 going into the next season, because these sorts of teams always feel like a mix, right? And you look at them again 3 months from now, there's 2 different players in the mix, and then 3 months down the line, a different player's been changed. So I hope we see them continue to build forward with this roster. Oh, easy. Bobbing and weaving, barely finds himself a gap, but he's able to find that kill, and that gets his team a really decent advantage. Upgrades to the AK as well. And Permitta have got nothing to show for it, man.
This is a weird round because GUN5, they have the advantage and they're taking presence on Heaven. Permitta have made their way into Cave. The question I do have is, has Markosh been spotted? That's my only confusion. We haven't... It seems like Easy's very aware. I'm not sure if Celtic... Yeah, okay, he gets the information. I was just not sure if Tinner had spotted them going into Cave. So I was gonna say, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Oh my god, how is Easy alive? He's just going...
Yeah.
But
I
was yeah, I was kind of looking at that and I was like, I could see GUN5 getting a false sense of security, but Tinne must have seen them. Like, he comes around the corner first, he must have seen Markosh's shoulder and just not pulled the trigger. So that's really well played from GUN5, honestly. Actually, that's a great start overall. That's just a really, this is more like it from GUN5.
Yeah, looking far better here from the get-go on Ancient compared to what we saw out of the start of Dust 2. Now they should be able to get themselves the lead. The first time they're going to taste that sweet nectar, man. That sweet, sweet honey of leading a map. Just about keeping numbers alive. Easy will claim 2. There's actually an extra kill. Tamiko's found 2 frags, surprisingly, with the Glock. So
okay,
a little bit of economic damage. You take that at the bare minimum.
Okay, well, things you love to see, I guess. GUN5, is this the first time they've ever been in the lead in this whole series? I'd like to say yes. Yeah, because the first gun round, yeah,
time, man.
Yeah, first time. Is this gonna be a flash in the pan, or is there gonna be a sense of consistency around GUN5? For now, Permitta, they've actually just lost a lot of map control early towards A. Look at Celta, he just ran in a main, and now they're putting pressure on middle, and that pressure is going to prove dividends as Finnegan picks up the opener, and of course it's Finnegan.
Yeah, who else but Captain Finnegan himself. Celta's in a fantastic position, goes unchecked by Mari, and that regains the man advantage now. Permitta are losing players routinely very early on in these rounds, and I know that Ancient is a map that, you know, generally does have these early gunfights, but they're just not going the way Permitta would like, generally speaking.
Yeah, no, I mentioned that early, like, at the very start. I was like, okay, Celta's got loads of map control, and that corner he was tucked into, it's kind of crazy how you just cannot see that. Like, if you're not hard clearing it, you can't see that corner. It's kind of crazy. But,
Yeah.
look, like, Easy's having a really good game as well. Very early doors. We saw in the pistol round his show of brilliance. Not able to win the round, but I was like, okay, that's more than I've seen from him in the, like, last 3 series. Apart from that 1 versus 3 against Fury, I was like, I have been very disappointed with Easy recently because I speak so highly of him, and I was just kind of expecting something, and this is the first map where I'm like, okay, he's actually showing that. Early doors.
Yeah.
Let's. It's still more to do.
It's good to see, though, that he has got these performances in him. It's just not something that we're going to see all the time. But as time goes on and he gets more comfortable in this team and at this level, we expect to see these performances more regularly from him, right? But it is looking good here from the get-go. GUN5 got 4-2. Permitta going to have to eco in this next round as well. Like I said, they're consistently losing players very early on in these rounds. So hopefully for their case, something's gonna give soon.
Just two openers that are honestly really easy. And you actually do three openers. Like, every single frag is just very simple. GUN5, they don't anything special. They just get early aggression. And now you've got a Permitta side where they're like, okay, they could push A early. We can't really take middle control. And the AWPer, we have no idea exactly where he's going to be. So this is a very difficult stage for Permitta to be in. They have the saved hero AK, and that's the easiest opener Finnegan's ever gonna get. That's back-to-back opening frags for him, and now he's able to transverse back towards the bomb site to join up with Celta. There's only two players here, but I trust them to hold on to this.
Yeah, it seems like your trust is well placed as well, Finnegan. He has been so stable, man. He's gonna get a kill, fall back. Mari's desperately trying to chase
That's
him
the
down.
bomb!
That's the bomb, but Mari felt so inclined to try and force that kill. I don't think he would have been able to get the plants anyway. Now Finnegan's just trying to toy with his opponents again. Eventually he will be felled, and Marcos does actually have a free path to that B bomb site. Of course, he wouldn't know that. But it is basically another round waiting in the wings here for GUN5. They're about to go up 5-2. What a good turnaround compared to what we saw on the map before this.
Look, it is very early doors, but it's this early doors presence that we didn't see from GUN5. I think that's the difference. That late comeback, it all felt like it was for nothing. However, if they're able to get these early rounds on the board, then we could see... Well, I mean, we might see them run away with it, but that early presence then would have had so much more weight to it. Now, the rounds are over, yeah. As you mentioned, Hayes, Marcos has that free pathway towards the B bomb site, and, well, he's found it. Perfectly navigating around the GUN5 defense, and you can see that Easy's just rotating off now, but he's not going to be... Yeah, Tinner will catch him off guard. Tinner goes all the way around A as Marcos comes through middle, so that is that path that he does find to navigate through middle. There's no one there, but then as soon as he gets to B, that's when Tin is on the flank, and that's when Exilio is on shore, Easy's rotating in, so GUN5, that round's perfect, and a great performance from Finnegan.
Not the first time we've said that line, that's for sure. Double digits coming through now for him as GUN5 are piecing together a very nice CT side here. Permitta need to get some momentum. Do we see a change up in the approach? It's been a pretty default-esque approach so far from Permitta. We haven't even seen them go for the standard, full 4 or 5 man A push at the start of the round to try and catch off GUN5's heavy leaning towards mid, because that has been a consistent factor. GUN5 are constantly stacking up their numbers in towards mid at the start of the round, but they're not getting exploited on that A bomb site. Again, it's another default here from Permitta, and they're just being picked limb from limb.
This is a complete shift in what we saw in the previous map, and it's probably a sentiment we're going to be reiterating quite a few times, because it is just so alarming how Permitta went from all-out destruction at the beginning of Dust 2 to now being the ones being disrupted and just blown up. Still though, round's not over. The bomb site capitulated, even though there was a fight for heaven and Easy gets a double. It's going to be Permitta planting the bomb in a 2 versus 3 with smokes towards long and short, but as soon as they fade in about 15 seconds, 10 seconds, there's no more utility. So this kill on Tinner, massive. That's monumental. That actually does change up everything, so it allows him to focus on CT, and in conjunction, B knocks a 4K, Tamiko finds the final frag, and that is a lovely 2 versus 3 played out.
Oh yeah, great way for Permitta to finally get around back. It feels like it's been a bit of a drought for them, but this will certainly restore the confidence because they basically had nothing going for them in this round. If you snapshot it there in the 5v3, it's looking dire for them, but Beanox, the man I highlighted in the pre-game here, just goes massive. 4 kills out of him. And that's a really big round back here for Permitta, and if they can win this next round as well, they take a big step in the direction of breaking GUN5's economy, right? So, yeah, could be a way back into this one for the Polish team.
I wonder if this is the start of something more. I do wonder. Because that was a really nicely played late round. So it's if they can continue playing that level of Counter-Strike, but Easy's looking so sharp on the orb. Even though he's got a double, similar to the pistol round, it isn't actually enough. Now we have a default Permitta where I could see them trying to crunch towards middle late, and what I'm looking at right now is how do Celta and Finnegan react? So they've got mid control. Are they just going to completely relinquish it? Yes, they will, and they're going to be putting more reinforcements over towards the B bomb site, which seemed like it's the right call right now.
Yeah, both teams just kind of giving up that control in towards mid right now. Tania wants to try and play for some information. Potentially, Beanox on the opposite side is not a player I'd want to take a duel with at the moment, but Tania will be able to round the corner. The problem is him and his teammates are stacked up on top of each other. Nice prolonged spray there from Tomiko. He knew he'd eventually get the kill if he could just hold down that spray. And it does come through, and that should be the round as well, you know. Maybe this kill from Celta kind of inspires or motivates GUN5 to have a look at the retake, but Mari's in such a good spot here to deny them pushing through mid and then making their way up the ledge. Yeah, that kill there will lock in the round for his team.
It also just... So, it's firstly the kill to put his team in the advantage, but it's secondly the presence he creates by backing away and just being like, guys, I'm still here. You won't be able to go up heaven. And he doesn't know what he's done, but 2 players from GUN5 have fallen back because of that. And overall, though, Tomiko single-handedly wins out that round and is a... Was he the one who got a 4K in the last, or he only got 1 kill the previous round? Was it Beanox who got 4?
Beanox got the quad before, yeah.
Yeah, so Beanox got the quad kill, but it's still Tomiko being a big instrument of success and being a part of the orchestration of success. And yeah, this is a great double. He's been a part of both rounds 1 towards B bomb sites, and that loan from 9 looking pretty good.
Yeah, Permitta have turned things around nicely here, because it's not like, you know, they've completely fallen behind the game, but the problem was, I think they lost 5 rounds in a row, and it's not like those 5 rounds were competitive at all, right? So...
Yeah, 5 gun rounds as well.
Exactly that, GUN5 in a row, but... Now Permitta have had their say, and Beanox is dialed in, man! Double digits now for him, through the smoke to take down the top mid player. It's the crown jewel of Finnegan who's lost his life as well.
The 2 gladiators come bouncing.
You know what I will say?
Yeah?
Props to Permitta for sticking to their guns, because they haven't completely changed things up in their style or their approach. Maybe they've slowed down the pace a little bit, but they knew they had a style they could fall back on, and it has worked out for them.
Sticking to their 5 guns, you would say?
Well, it's Permitta who are sticking. You know, they're sticking it to the GUN5s, the 5 GUN5s,
Yeah.
man. There's something in
Okay.
there.
There's a joke in there somewhere, but we're too dumb. However, yeah, like the 2 gladiators come head to head. They bout it off, and it's Beanox through the smoke. That's a massive frag to get, as you mentioned. And there's no mid control right now for GUN5. I think that's Tinner that's isolated in Red Room. There's no player in Donuts. Celta's alone on the A bomb site. You've got a double cave setup, and it's actually Exilio that opens up the frags. Easy then swings in. That's a lovely bait and switch from GUN5, instantly swinging the favors in front of the CIS side. Permitta now redirecting, re-navigating towards A. Tinner, a well-placed microphone, however, not able to catch off Mary. And Celta, I mentioned he was alone on A before. Are they going to clear him? What, they're not? There's 7 seconds. The bomb can't get planted. Celta gets both of them.
That round was a roller coaster, man. I can't believe how quickly it swings from end to end there. What a good recovery coming through from GUN5. Celta activates at the perfect moment there as well. And Permitta licking their wounds. They're going to have to settle for an eco in this next round now, man.
Ooh, Easy is stepping up. That's also a double for him. So sure, Celta gets the like congratulations because he denies the bomb, but that's great rotations and great team play from Easy, playing off Azilio in cave, and Permitta just their default stagnating, even though Beanox is able to get that opener. Seems like it might be a bit of a reliance on the Beanox or Tomiko's. Markosh is not having the same impact. We were kind of singing his praises. Specifically, you were singing his praises, Hayes, on Dust 2. And it's not, it wasn't a negative thing. I completely agree with why you were singing his praises. I was confirming those as well. But now we look over at him, it's like, okay, he's had no impact on Ancient.
That's a good point, man. I mean, T-side, Ancient doesn't really, get an AWPer that excited, but we need to see more out of him. You can't be like a one-trick pony. If you don't end up in an AWPer's paradise, you don't have an impact, right? So we certainly need to see more out of Markosh. 2 rounds left here in this first half. And Permitta will need more than 4. I'm thinking 5 bare minimum. Problem is, if they lose this round here, they don't have anything to work with in the next. So kind of 2 for the price of 1 at your GUN5, and we're seeing a change up in direction here from Permitta. First time that they're just moving with numbers up ramp, but it's not going to change the outcome of the round.
This CT side just, GUN5. Permitta win the pistol round, and they just scrape together 4. There's no way that Markosh gets all the kills in this round, right? There's no way that him and Mars win out a 2 versus 5 while being smoked off. And that's, well, definitely not the way to win it. Pushing a smoke and isolating yourself away from your AWPer. Should be 7 for GUN5. And also Permitta, I'm guessing they have no money?
Yeah, they won't have money. They've spent everything they had coming into this round here, so you're absolutely correct. It is going to be a 4-spy here, and GUN5 have put Permitta to the sword on Ancient. They go up 7-4, and 8-4 is pretty much, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but it is highly likely.
.84 isn't the worst things in the world. It is just when you look at the fact that the pistol round was one of those 4 rounds. Well, the 2 of the 4 rounds. Half of the rounds are won from the pistol and the anti-eco. So Permitta, this just looked very dejected, and maybe that comeback on GUN5 on Dust from GUN5 actually has some importance because it's given them some motivation and a spurt of energy to go into this second map. So there's obviously that conversation and talking point to be had. Now, a B pop, but they're not going with the early utility. They're actually just going to go in dry after the utility. Mary trades out Exilio, and that's quite big because that's a pistol down, and it's also now an A1S being picked up. Mast running down to near on long, but Easy saving his rifle as only for a short period though, as now Celta rotating in from the A-bomb side. Nade to blow open the smoke. Both players tantalizingly load, but Markosh from 2 kills last round to now ending the half on 4, Permitta scrambled together a 5th.
Yeah, that is a massive 5th round for Permitta in the grand scheme of things, and one that they shouldn't have been able to get. I mean, Celta's unfortunate there, trying to clear out the smoke with the nade, because it starts to re-bloom just as he's about to get that gunfight with Markosh. So, yeah, just unfortunate timing, but Permitta, they're not going to be upset with that, man. Big pistol round here for the Polish squad to continue their fight back. If GUN5 win this pistol round, that puts them in a really good position to go on and take their opponent's map. What are you thinking, Freddy? We're going to see a 3rd?
I don't know. That 5th round has really thrown me off because this half has looked like a 9-3 half for GUN5, right? And even though the HUD is flipped, no, it's good now, actually. Sorry, what am I about? It was flipped, maybe. I don't know. But that 5th round's really thrown me off, because if this pistol round's won, then, okay, it's a massacre. Mars, 3 kills on the dollar. It's a hat-trick looking for the quad, but no, the bodies lay flatlined on round. Permitta not leaving any survivors, and it's near flawless. Barely any damage even being taken. Both pistol rounds claimed by the Polish side, and now I believe
Yeah, man, especially born off the back of the round.
Bro,
That
what
was
is
one-
that from Mast?
Yeah, crazy, man. 3 kills. What a way for the IGL to take charge here as well and reignite this fight back. Now 1 round between these two teams, and it's going to have to be an eco for GUN5 because they don't get that bomb plant, so... Pretty concerning signs, I would say.
Like, yeah, again, that 5th round has really just thrown me off, because it feels like there shouldn't have been a 5-7-half. It felt so much more dominant. But then also the worry is, and the conversation that starts to get risen is, look, Permitta have won both pistol rounds, and they're still down 6-7. They're up against an eco, they're going to get 7-7. That means 4 out of their 7 rounds have been won because of the pistol and the anti-eco. Sure,
Yeah.
the scoreline is close, but then the consistency of gun rounds have gone more in favor of the CIS side. Therefore, logic dictates that GUN5 are just going to have another half where they end up winning the majority of the gun rounds and end up winning Ancient. The question is, do they have that CT side reliance, or can they still make it work on the T side? And especially for Easy, actually, you were mentioning, right, in the first half, I was like, Markosh hasn't been doing too great, and you raised the very valid point of AWPing is not the easiest thing on the T side. I don't tend to see AWPers pop off.
Yeah.
Easy's had a great CT side, which is kind of expected of an AWPer. Is that something that he can still carry over to now the attacker's side?
Yeah, you gotta see that diversity in his game as we see the T's looking to try and get in towards the same bomb site. They've been able to find a kill in the process, but then they get cleaned up straight afterwards. Yeah, I'm just looking at the T side for GUN5 historically as well. I mean, they played Ancient 6 times in the past 3 months, winning it on 4 occasions, so it's a pretty good map for them. They also have an equal win rate on both T side and CT side, so I'm definitely not going to be writing GUN5 off at all now on their T side. I mean, they managed to win 6 rounds on their T side against Gamer Legion, and that's kind of enough to get me believing here, man. But Permitta have definitely looked the better of the two teams in these past, like, what, 4 or 5 rounds. So it's really up in the air. It's completely 50-50 as the scoreline reflects.
That's a good nade from Markosh. Tin is down to 57 HP. It's just nice little tickling with the artillery. Good heaven control as well, being taken while the elbow smoke is still up, allowing now for the likes of Beanox to focus a little bit more on elbow after the smoke. However, Celta has just got the opening kill on B. So sure, you have this, yeah, like, well, you have this great play on Heaven, but then now you've got a T side deep in enemy lines. But GUN5, they're so split up, so separated. You got 2 doors on B, 2 elbow, 1 in cave, but on the attacker side of cave, and that is a massive double to be getting from Cielo. Sure, they finally deal with Celta. Beanox though, how's he got 3? That's illegal, and Master's still alive. They're gonna be walking into a masked wonderland, and they have no idea there's gonna be a 3rd player here. Beanox just spamming. Yeah, the bait is perfect, and then Mars rears his head, but only good for a first. Finnegan, we know he can do these clutches. Beanox 4 bullets, and he finally shuts down the Goliath that is Finnegan. 4 kills for Beanox, and he most certainly does come alive when his team needs him.
Yeah, that was marvelous there from Beanox. I can't believe it. That round was looking dead in the water, but I really love the response from Permitta. After Celta gets that opening kill on the B bomb site, instead of shifting their resources to try and get the kill on Celta, they deny GUN5 joining up with Celta by smoking the double doors and smoking bottom middle, and they somewhat negate Celta's position at that point. But then there's still a good resurgence from GUN5 when they get the kill in mid. However, Beanox then just goes above and beyond, man. He does it all. Mark now has to lock it down on the B bomb site. Good 2 kills coming through from him. Couldn't really have asked for more. Beanox has gotten ahead of the smoke as well. He has got a teammate towards long. That's Tamiko. He'll get in on the action. And it looks like Permitta have done enough to lock this round in. However, yeah, Tania's still looking to make moves, but only moving to the grave.
He moving downtown, sir. And yeah, Finnegan, I've loved his clutches, but Permitta seem to have some wind in their sails now. I was kind of having the conversation and the line of thought that they've been struggling on the gun rounds. So it's like, great, they've won the pistol. That's that's the first gun round being won, and also doing it a lot cleaner on that anti-half buy, which does mean they have a little bit more economy in their back pocket. They don't have to dig deep and scrape the bottom of the barrel. Markosh has got the yaw power, so does Easy, and now goes on to my second point of conversation is, can Easy still perform on this T side? And it feels like he might have to, because Beanox is on an absolute tear. Easy though, that's a massive frag to open up the B bomb site. Issue is, bomb has now been dropped.
Yeah, again, GUN5 getting these positions where it's like, wow, they've really got something, you know, player in a power position, but they can never really take advantage of these power positions because there's always a spanner thrown in the works. And Celta, big gunfight here against Tomiko, and he's going to come off second best, and that puts Tania in an awful position. 1 versus 3, all the money spent in the round here for GUN5. He's got to recover the bomb and try and get the round done from there. A minute left on the clock. This has got to be mission impossible for Tania, man. But his team needs this round so badly, Freddy.
It's just no chance. Surely not. He has got the luxury of picking up the C4.
This is one step in the right direction, but he's going towards the B bomb site, where not only do you have 2 players, but you also do just have Beanox on a fast rotation. And both of these players are playing very passively. The idea here is to not give up that opening kill, but then be able to play in the 2 versus 1. And Mary, you know what? He just swings in and he gets the frag anyways. Permitta, that's them now soaring to double digits. That's every single round in this second half being won by them. That's 6 in a row, I'm pretty sure, right? Because they got, was it 7 in a row potentially? It's, yeah, so 6 in a row. It's 2 gun rounds, and now they're doing it with a little bit more confidence, where they're actually doing it a little bit more cleanly.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, Permitta have been aging like a fine wine here on this map so far. Zelo's going to turn up the pace, trying to find Beanox towards mid. He should, but he doesn't. I thought he was going to get that kill every day of the week, but the fact that Beanox gets a kill before he goes down is actually a pretty good return for him. Problem for Permitta is that it's only Mari who's on the A half of the map right now. 3 of the 4 players over towards B, and it's going to be a while before they can even rotate over. You know, you've got Markosh with the Yorp, who's watching the deep line in towards the top of mid. Finnegan's playing the smoke fade here as well. Mari has a huge job on his shoulders, and he needs at least a kill, man.
In the meantime, aggression towards B. Celta, who's been getting good space towards that site, he might get caught off guard. This is massive. Oh, Celta does get 1, but I think this still very much favors Permitta. You mentioned Mari, and he does step up with 1. That's a very important frag that now allows him to keep this primary zone in Donut. However, a swing and a miss. He does 50 damage to Easy. It's GUN5 now in a 2 versus 2, and Markosh, not the weapon for it, on the retake with the AWP. Mast actually splitting up, dissecting away from his teammates. And both players playing very individually, but it's Markosh who spots out Easy. First player to fall. Molotov forces out the second and into the hands of Mars, but he whiffs his line. Finally recalibrates. Markosh has no kit. Is there enough time? Yes, I was a little bit scared seeing how Mars was the one player actually with the defuse kit, but it's Permitta keeping their flawless streak alive.
Yeah, that is a massive round coming through from Permitta, because when you kind of just looked at things around the minute mark, and it was Mari and Donut and GUN5 heading in towards the A bomb site, it just didn't look like Permitta were in a great position, but they're able to get the job done regardless. Mask with a multi-kill didn't look great, but he did get the kill at the end of the day. Doesn't matter how you get them, the points on the board is what matters the most. Permitta use their last time out here as they go up 11-7. GUN5 can continue to invest here as they get the bomb plants in these rounds that they're losing, and well, the round loss bonus coupled with that means there's no problem economically. But they're running out of rounds here, and they're losing the series 0-1 at the moment as well. So GUN5 are on the brink, man. Our defending champions about to go down 0-1 in the Swiss stage.
I mean, Permitta are this is genuine good Counter-Strike, but it's definitely supplemented by the fact that Beanox having a crazy performance. I think without him, this might be a lot more... Actually, I think this probably would have been game over. I think GUN5 would have won because a lot of key swing rounds have been won single-handedly by Beanox's multi-frags. And I think like he really is my MVP for this map. Not necessarily the series, but for Ancient, he's been really monumental. And now just needs to be careful because he gets tagged by the Molotov and it gives Salta the information he's there. So I was just singing his praises. He's actually the first player to fall in round 19.
Yeah, big kill for GUN5, taking down that crown jewel. Nico's going to be the next man stepping up to the plate, and he does catch a nice timing there to find the frag on Zelo. Zelo's had a really difficult series, hasn't he? I mean, I won't isolate him only because Tania's also struggled. You know, who's been good in these past few rounds is Mask, and he's by himself on the speed bomb side right now, and he's looking like he's trying to be proactive as well. And Tomiko how did he kill Tania there? He's shooting at the York, but he's been able to take down Tania, and Mari's got a massive flank. He's only going to be able to get the one. Both players were lined up for a brief moment, but he takes down the full health player, which is probably the better of the two if he was only going to get one. But look at this now. The push from Celta is beautiful. Through the long smoke he goes, and they now know exactly where Mari is placed.
Very winnable, though. It's out the first AWP shot. That's the kill. Low HP, Easy. 46 swings in, though. And that was a very needed swing from Easy. I'm really glad he takes that assertive position. And he's slowed down a little bit in this second half, but finally steps up and gives GUN5 their inaugural round on the T side.
That's what they needed, man. That is exactly what they needed. As you say, though, that's their maiden round. I can't believe that's actually their first round of the half. It feels like this game has been going on for a long time, but GUN5 have really fallen behind the pace. They started off really well.
Enough money for Permitta to afford the reinvestment here. AWP and rifles and numbers in towards mid, but GUN5, they're waiting to make a move of their own.
Ooh, that could be a big nade. It's not massive, but it does good damage. And now Mari, he's going to be taking the contact in the middle. Good smoke placed towards elbow. Are they going to go through it? I'd be surprised, especially with that flashbang. It's a very nice util set from Mari. A good sequence from him. Just not allowing space to be taken. Mast is getting nifty around this smoke. Tinner, for a second, could have been caught off guard, but now back to being aware. And with the dejection of Mari in elbow, the rest of the team come towards B, and Mast, I'm not a fan of that aggression, now leaves open a gap for Permitta on this B bomb side. Rotations have to come through. There's 3 players here, but there's nobody on the bomb side. Permitta, I don't even know what they do here. A boost, I love that. That's back to the 4 versus 4, and Tinner on 5 HP needs to be careful of the spam.
Yeah, stray bullet would be enough to take him down. Mari's going to look to phase through the smoke. He will come out on the other side. He's taking down the AWP. He's looking for the planter as well, Mari. What a beautiful, heroic play coming through from him. Takes the initiative. Fearless in his pursuit. He's going to tap the defuse as well. He's the one who's got a kit right now. He's taking bullets through the wall bang. Not far from completing that defuse, and that's exactly what Mari's going to do. He's done it all here in the round. He probably won't... Oh, never mind. He's gotten 4 kills as well. I was going to say, probably won't be able to stay alive, but he turns and burns, and Permitta get themselves up to map and series point.
He turns and burns and also just destroys the economy. Like, that's actually a really big ending.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
think either side really has any economy. The bomb down obviously will give them that supplement that they need to get this extra utility. But you can see they've got Galil's, AK no utility. It's not the best of buys. And the fact that Mari is able to save that AWP means that Marcus can have it. He wouldn't have had it otherwise. A bit of change of pace. This time Finnegan gets sent out middle, but he's sent to the grave. Early man advantage, but overextension for Permitta. Once again, this B bomb site is proving to be a little bit difficult for Permitta to hold on to, and it's going to come down to these rotations to see if they can save the day, and the rotations are very slow as they're not even, like, are they saving? Are they not even going to go for it?
I feel like it does look like they might consider it. Beanox is going for a big flank, but I'd much prefer to see them save here. 12-8, give up the round. You've got some spare cash on Mari and Tamiko. But if you lose all the guns here, you've got nothing to work with. They've tried to fake as well as they smoke the double doors to try and give Beanox an advantage if there is someone behind that smoke, but there's no one to be found. And now you have to accept your fate. And looks like Mari, is he going to just try keep them interested? I thought maybe a bit of spam through the wall, but no. GUN5 have kept themselves alive here. Only just by a thread. They are still hanging on to the series.
Okay, this game's getting close, isn't
They've
it?
actually decided to spend their money, by the way. I thought they might save around these 3 guns. I guess they didn't have any round loss bonus coming in, so it's only get $1,900 in the next. And it's actually, they've pieced together a really good buy, so it makes a lot of sense here that they have gone for the investment. Lose this next round though, Freddy. 12-10, then it's an eco 12-11. And at that point, overtime is certainly on the cards.
Well, we've already seen one overtime today, so why don't we go for a second? You know what? Let's go to a third. All the maps, all the rounds.
I'm keen, man.
What do you think of that, Hayes?
I would take it if that was an
We
option.
we get to spend more time together.
Exactly, man. That is the highlight of it.
Quality time. It's like, this is like couple counseling.
That's true. We get to know each other on an intimate level when we cast together.
Yeah. Ooh, this is good, cause the nade, yep, Beanox caught off guard. I was gonna say, this is great that they'd be able to get Beanox there. I see Exilio pull out that grenade, and I'm like, yep, Beanox is dead, there's no way. Mari almost somehow gets the second. That was a lot closer than I anticipated, and this round's just falling apart. Markosh
has dropped the bomb, though.
Yeah. I'm struggling to keep up with what's going on, but it's been a bloodbath centered towards middle and heaven. The T side pushed elbow, they pushed B main. The CT side pushed mid, cave, and B ramp, and everything came to head. But because of that opening kill onto Beanox, it basically just kept on allowing GUN5 to go 1-for-1 on the trades, and therefore we end up in this 2 versus 1.
Yeah, Markosh tries to stay ahead of the game, though, with that massive rotation over towards the A-bomb site. Now it's turned it into a huge flank, but he'd still be pretty undecided about where they've ended up. He'd have an inclination it's going to be that B-bomb site, but I don't even know if he wants to attempt this 1v2, because if he goes down, then there's literally nothing for them to work with in the next round. He does have a chance in the 1v2, obviously. He's got a kit, he's got full utility as well, and he has gotten a bit closer towards the B-bomb site once the plant comes through. Problem is, how does he even break the hold here? How does he break the setup with the AWP and not get traded? Like that. There we go.
Like that, yeah. Does he know where Tinner is? There's so many different places, and the upgrade to the A1S though is massive. A lot of utility and a kit. Smoke on the bomb, maybe a tap, but no. Tinner just exposes himself, and a dink. They both go dink for dink. However, Tinner, his AK shreds through, and Permitta, 15 HP was what separated them, and a series win.
Yeah, as you say, one more shot would have got the job done there for Markosh, and that would have been the series over. But Tamir has kept his team in it, and now Permitta have to full eco. They get, what is it, 2,900 at the end? No, they only get 2,400 once they lose this round. So there won't be an AWP for Markosh in the next. Oh, well, it's going to happen. We're going all the way, aren't we? Feels like GUN5 deserve overtime, especially considering how good they were in that first half.
Ooh, okay. we've seen eco wins today. We've seen honestly everything today. We've had Chinese CS, we've had Polish CS. That kind of spells out craziness. That fair to say, you think, Hayes?
Yeah, I think that is fair to say, man. I mean, that first series was just like off the walls, right?
Hey, I'm off the walls watching this. In a good way, in a positive way. We're going to be going to round 24, which seemed somewhat unlikely with the pace that Permitta was setting. And they're actually doing a lot of damage, but damage doesn't really matter. What would have been good if Tomiko could also have saved that 8k? Because I don't think Permitta have much money or loss bonus, so that double save would have actually been quite valuable. But instead, well, I mean, I was going to say they're going to have to settle with one, but are they even going to have that one as Finnegan hunting down his prey?
Yeah, at least Mask will carry an AK through. That is going to make a difference in terms of the weapons they have to work with in that next round. Still no AWP, but it means extra utility. One more opportunity for Permitta to finish off the job here in regulation. Otherwise, we run it back in overtime. OT or bust for GUN5. Can they make it happen? Nade actually does quite a lot of damage there. Those players have been brought into the one-tap range now for the M4. And it looks like GUN5 are going to keep things as simple as they possibly can and just walk up the ramp and take contact in towards this B bomb site. Permitta haven't been able to do anything about it. A good flash will force the AWP back, but GUN5 are taking control right now. There's two players in cave. Neither of them are looking in towards the B bomb site right now, so they've kind of relinquished the control. B-Nox on the opposite side of the map, as is Mari. Selta draws first blood. Markosh gets a kill back. Should be traded through the smoke, but somehow he's been able to fall back to safety. Bomb plant hasn't come through just yet, but it will soon.
Yeah, there's blood in the water, and it feels like GUN5. They are the apex predators right now. Lurks upon lurks upon lurks. It's Permitta to ease out those trades, and Markosh is actually doing massive with the A1S. Mari self-flash leaves Finnegan in a clutch, but we know what this man can do. He is the clutch minister, but no, Markosh seals the deal. Permitta at the final hurdle, 13-11. They go 1-0 in the main Swiss here in the European Series 5, besting once again GUN5, but this time it's under the parameters of GUN5 being the reigning champions here in CCT, and now they start on a deficit here in the next main Swiss.
Yeah, that is just a crazy result coming through, man. What a turnaround. I thought that was going to overtime. It looked like GUN5 had full side control and everything in their favor. But unfortunately, Freddy, it falls short for them at that final hurdle, and it means it's a 0-1 start in the Swiss stage. But Permitta going to be very happy with that victory. Second time they've beaten GUN5 in a row now, and both results 2-0 for the Polish team.
Yeah, and I think this time it was at least a little closer on map 2. Like, that was a decent retaliation from GUN5 and a really nice comeback into the second half after they looked like they were leading. And I guess those, again, Permitta won both pistol rounds and had a pretty shocking T side, but Markosh is man, what a signing if he is actually joining. Like, he had so much impact in that second half when I think in the first half I literally did call him out and I was like, yeah, like, he's really dropped off. We were both singing his praises on map 1. Easy was kind of reigning over him, and then the roles definitely reversed, and it's even just like with the A1S there, like, he wins out the game for them. He gets a triple, and the hat trick is what sends them to 13 and doesn't allow Finnegan to get the ace. That's a very impressive series from him. But also Tomiko, he had a fantastic map 1 going 21-14, and then over in map 2, sure, maybe did slow down towards the end, but a lot of those early rounds from his multi-frags were like, he specifically put Permitta in the position to succeed. 21-14, he goes 21-14 in both maps. Now that is consistency if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, damn, to be putting up those numbers on both of the maps is actually just such a good showing, man. And remember, I mean, not as recent as Markosh, but he's also come into the team very recently, has
Like
Nico.
last week,
And
no?
Exactly, and he's just taken like a duck to water in this team. Immediately helped turn the results around, and Permitta are cooking again, man. You know, it's good to see them at this form. We know how capable this team is, and they're playing at the level we expect out of them as well.
Yeah, very impressed. GUN5 though, not very impressed. We were singing their praises as the best team known to mankind after beating Furia. You know, Maui Snake, Christmas came early for him. However, it's just, look, we're in a position now where they go back to normality. They then go 0-1 in this main Swiss, and yeah, like it's just classic, right? Isn't it? Like. You go from beating Game Legion and Furia to losing once against Permitta. Look, they haven't actually made it out of a main Swiss of CCT this season yet, because they went 2-3, and because of no teams being able to be, like, no suitable playoff teams be able to be found, that's why they actually had the playoff run they did. So maybe they just never make it out of a main Swiss.
I mean, it would be crazy if that is the case. Either way,
from winners back to close qualifier.
Yeah, exactly, man. What a journey. Not normally the path that most teams take. Either way, the path through forward for the day is straightforward. Ruby versus Havu up next. Then Eyeballers against Team Space. Tomorrow, Z10, Cybershock. You know what? You guys can read the names on the screen. I'm pretty sure everyone who's watching this is literate. I don't have to spell it out for you. I can. I'm not great at it, but I can.
Yeah, well, lads, ladies and gentlemen, no, I don't know why I said lads. Lad to you, Hayes. It's been great casting with you again, man. I don't think I've got you again this week. I've got Mr. B-Dog coming back from ESL Impact tomorrow morning, so I'm still on all these. Yeah, unlucky to Brandon. Lucky for you, I guess. You get some grace away from me. But no, it's been fantastic casting with you again, bro. It's been lovely catching up with you. I don't know, like, player breaks coming up soon, so I don't know when the next time we're going to be together. Either way, Hayes, it's been an absolute pleasure.
Always together in heart, brother. That's what
always together. I've got you here. I've got you. You can't see. Yeah, got you here, bro. In love. And well, I know you've got some adventures coming up this weekend. So next weekend rather. So I know you're going to be having a lot of fun. But everybody, enough of our pedantics. That's the first two series done. We've seen 2 teams go 1-0. We've seen 2 teams go 0-1. There are 2 more games to be played out, and I think in about an hour and 10 minutes, give or take, it'll be Ruby versus Havu. So do not go too far, because you'll be having a new fresh duo who haven't lost their mind covering that fantastic game. So for now, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next time.
You look into your inventory and there's only... It's time to forget about this garbage. Here you will find everything to play with really cool skins. Open top cases. Upgrade dropped skins and turn your junk into a cool gun using the contract system. Every day, thousands of upgrade upgrade their inventory with us. Hellcase.com. Look at yourself in a new way.
Do you have any unnecessary skins or want to sell them? Try SkinPlace. Visit the website, select the skins you want to use. Easily fill your Steam trade link. Make sure we offer good prices and choose a payment method. Hit the button and boom, instant cash. Safety. Low commissions. Instant payouts. SkinPlace.
What's a super stream game? It's an extension that provides a valuable and engaging game within the stream you are watching. Join an active community and test your knowledge in a live race against expert chasers by answering trivia, prediction, and recall questions tailored to the content you are watching.